Thanks, Mark. And the unrelenting wind is responsible for a lot of damage around the city. Tree after tree fell victim to near hurricane force winds in some areas. News 13's Ian Schwartz is live along Tramway, where some of the worst winds are blowing.
Kim, the winds have been punishing the city, and they continue to do so, especially here in the Heights. We're not far from the road that leads up to the tram, and the winds have been sailing down the mountain and just attacking us. It was not hard to find limbs that were easily snapped in half because of these ferocious and wicked winds. Take a look at this. This is a home from Arizona near San Pedro. It had a large tree branch slam into the yard after a gust ended its life. Neighbors say there was a loud crack when the tree went down. Well, that tree branch ended up landing on a power line that fell into a neighbor's yard. Well, that sparked a grass fire, a small grass fire in George Lee's yard, and it started burning a small patch of grass. He says he got there just as it all started to happen.
I heard something crack, like, boom, and then I heard, and I was unloading some pellets, and my wife said, "Hey, baby, the yard's on fire."
Well, no one ever likes to hear that, "Hey, baby, the yard's on fire." But George luckily made quick use of his handy hose and a neighbor's water bucket and did put out the fire there. But he's happy the house isn't damaged. But we're not out of the woods yet, because as you can see here, the winds are still going, and they're going to continue to go into the evening hours, as Mark's mentioned. So I wouldn't be surprised to see more tree limbs snapped. Back to you.
Okay, thanks, Ian. We'll check in with you later. And there is not one single part of the metro area that is not affected by this wind. From blowing dust on the roads to ripped off roofs, it has left a huge mess behind, and that is in just a few hours. As dawn came, it was still relatively calm, a few leaves blowing down the street. Then the trees started rattling, then started snapping.
What it sounded like when I woke up was actually sounded like almost like a car wreck.
Greg Manis woke up to find his tree not in the upright position where he left it last night.
And I looked out my back window and I seen this tree on my shed.
It also took out his power line. And across town, a lot of this. And this, and this, and this, and this. Not even the railroad crossing arms could hold still. Well, some people chose to go out into this mess. Some didn't have a choice. It's part of their job. Out at Mesa del Sol, there wasn't much to stop the dirt, so it moved through like a wall. The water trucks did their best to keep it down, but it was a losing battle. Out in Rio Rancho, much of the same. Drivers had to slow down because of brownouts all over the city. And there was a fair share of roofs that couldn't hold on, one of them at the Catholic Center in Albuquerque. And this fence couldn't hold on either. It took a truck to keep it from completely falling down. And we would love to see what it looks like in your area. If you have pictures, send them to us at reportit@krqe.com.